What is up, Bulldogs? It's your boy Jeremiah Word, and welcome back to another episode of Senn TV. This is our 24th episode of this season and a new record for Senn TV, and we're barely into the fourth quarter. I would just like to congratulate the Senn TV cast and crew and our wonderful teacher, Mr. Cullinane, for making it all happen this year. Lots of changes to discuss with the fourth quarter upon us, but let's begin by concluding our video from last week where we interviewed teachers and students about their thoughts on the new hybrid model. Let's take a look.
Well, I think the biggest thing is I'm going to have to wake up earlier. So that I would say is the biggest thing I'll have to change and will definitely be the hardest. And I think that'll be the hardest for the students too. And I think my goal is to make it clear to my students in person that I love them, but I also have all these students online too. So we're going to have to be really communicative and flexible. Like when students are online, they're going to really have to make sure they ask for help, because if I'm up and around the room and not at my computer, I need to hear from them. And my students in person need to stay on task without me being around them every minute because I have all these students online. So it's going to be about communication and balance. I'm sure I'll mess up a few times at first, but my goal is that we all feel like we're getting the attention that we need. I just think I'm really worried that students will get each other sick. I think they'll be close together. I think they might congregate in the bathrooms, in the hallways, and just get each other sick, pass it to their families. I'm really stressed about that. I really hope that the people who committed to come in are ready to have their masks on, because we have to do that for safety. It's non-negotiable. So get vaccinated, make yourself safer for your community. I really miss everyone. I'm really excited to be back in school. And I'm also nervous about how we're going to end the year, if it's going to feel really chaotic or not. So I'm up for the journey. I hope all the students are ready for it too. I think it's important that we show grace and flexibility. And for my students coming back, I can't wait to see ya. See you soon.
I believe that it's okay that if we do go outside and we do some activities, we could do some softball or some kickball or playing catch. We can do those things as long as we do them safely. Again, that we can social distance, we wear a mask, we hand sanitize. If we're inside and we're using the weight room, obviously we would have to wipe down the equipment when we're done. So as long as we're taking proactive measures, I believe that it will be okay. As long as we're safe. But again, we got to see what numbers that we have. Also will be different is for the students that are at school is that there's going to be no changing. There's going to be no locker rooms. And so that will be different. We are supposed to have a classroom designated. And so we may be leaving book bags inside the classroom while we go outside. So a lot of it is a wait and see, but we'll figure out as time goes on.
But it's going to present some challenges for us teachers in trying to navigate that, and our attention is kind of going to be divided, and how are we going to bring the whole class community together. Even if some are at home and some are in person. So those are challenges that we are working on, and hopefully we will do our best, to make sure everybody's experience is as good as it can be.
I feel like my work ethic will be a lot better if we were to return to school, because I lost a lot of motivation throughout this year that I got from a lot of the social interactions and all the help from teachers that I received last year. So I definitely look forward to going back to school. So
I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled to see my students again, or for the first time. And I'm thrilled to see my colleagues again and to be able to say hi in the hallway. I am a little bit nervous about teaching remotely and in person, but I was lucky enough to watch a hybrid class in the suburbs, which really, it put me at ease a little bit. I think it's going to be okay. I think, I hope, just like we have all year, my students roll with the punches with me, and we can laugh about mistakes and move on, and they can reflect and tell me what's working and what's not, and it's going to be okay.
I'm excited to meet my students in person. I'm still working on trying to figure out how to engage all of my students, both those that will be hybrid and those that will be at home. But I'm hoping that it's something that both teachers and students will work towards together to make it the best experience we can make it.
Gym class with hybrid learning starting next week is going to be, yes, very different from what we're used to. Most recently, students who have chosen the hybrid model, we will be outside often, probably all the time. We're going to be outside as much as we can, not only doing a little bit of fitness, but definitely playing softball, maybe soccer, kickball, and just interacting again with classmates and getting some low impact, low intensity activity on a more regular basis.
The reason why I chose to stay at my house instead of going back to school is because I don't want to go back yet till next year, because I don't want to see like the things that I've changed and getting used to the fact that we're not gonna be in school every day. So I just wanted to stay home and finish school online.
When school reopens, I have decided not to go back because I feel that I'm mentally not ready to go back, and my schedule just won't be able to work around the sudden change of like going back to school. Also, I feel that it's just best for me to start fresh next year, be my senior year. So it's just better for me to just start all over again instead of interrupting my academics that I have going on right now.
Hey guys, it's Coach Kenny coming to you live with Mr. Riley.
Yep.
Hey Mr. Riley, we've got a question for our viewers. How do we feel about most students not coming back in person at Senn High School?
I feel like I'm kind of 50-50 with it. The reason why I'm 50-50 is because I feel like they learn better in school. And the reason why I understand why they're not coming to school is because the situation is real.
I'm a current senior, and I believe returning in-person learning will benefit me in making my connection with my teachers and peers great, because we only know each other's name, but we haven't seen each other's faces. Also, it will benefit me in knowing the school building, coming from a freshman's perspective. But yeah.
I'm really excited to be welcoming some of my students back into the classroom for the first time in over a year. I'm really excited to continue the important work that we've been doing since September, but in person. And I know that things are going to look a little bit different, and it's not just a blanket return to normal. But I think for some people, being back in person is really very much needed, myself included. In terms of making sure that everyone is engaged in learning, I've been relying on my friends who've been teaching hybrid since the beginning of the year in other states. They've been telling me what has and hasn't worked for them, and I'm making my plans from their experiences with my students in mind. I have a few things to try, but I think the most important thing for all of us to keep in mind is that we need to be patient with each other and understand that this is new for everyone, and none of us have ever done this before. So I think that with a little bit of patience and some trial and error, it should be a pretty good experience.
The question is, how do I feel now that cases are going back up again? I'm hesitant because I think that most of our students are not vaccinated. I do have some seniors that are vaccinated, but the majority of students are not. I personally am, so I don't feel as scared, I guess, to go back. But I think my concern is more of the logistics of it. So if there's an outbreak, then we have to go back to remote. How do they clean? So I think that's part of it. For me, is just more of the logistics with an outbreak. What do you do? So I think that's why I'm a little bit hesitant and nervous seeing all these cases go back up. I'm hoping that this COVID just goes away soon.
This Friday, April 30th, will be the last day to accept donations for the Senn Service Club. Students and staff can bring donations to Mr. Fingato in room 241. We are collaborating with Care for Real and looking for the following donations: applesauce, canned fruits and veggies, canned food, cereals, peanut butter, soups, broths, coffee, and tea. Do your part to help the needy and take a peek inside your cabinets. Thanks for your service, Bulldogs.
International Fest is coming, and it will be here on May 27th, and we have already begun planning. Arlen Hernandez writes, "We hope you are all ready for the International Fest. We would like to invite you to start thinking about how you would like to take part. The deadline for all performance videos is Friday, May 21st. We'll have the virtual celebration on Monday on May 27th. Please let Arlen or Miss Boatman know if you would like to perform ASAP."
The Senn varsity boys baseball team defeated Marine Leadership Academy on Saturday in a battle of Bulldogs versus Bulldogs, taking Senn to an overall record of 2 wins, 1 loss, and a tie. Our Bulldogs play Disney 2 tomorrow. Let's cheer them on for their hard work for this season. Go Bulldogs!
Lastly, congrats to all of our seniors who have committed for Decision Day 2021. We are so proud of you and your resilience during these difficult times, and we can't wait to see wherever the future takes you to. Well, that's all for us for today. We'll see you next week for a very special Sun TV episode where we feature a collaboration between Sun, Arts, and Space. Until then, toots magoot.